Archangel Michael says, the hourglass has cracked. Time is slipping through like secrets escaping a locked vault. Something buried is rising, fast, fiery, and final. You've been seeing 1111 for a reason that no one dared explain. Not all numbers are symbols, some are alarms. This one was never meant to be ignored. Your soul remembers what your mind has tried to forget. The betrayal that once shattered you is not over, it's evolving. And now, heaven is responding with force. Last night, something followed you in your dreams. Not a shadow, but a witness. It saw everything they tried to hide from you. Ashes fell from a broken photo frame as you passed it. That wasn't coincidence, it was memory collapsing. Someone is trying to erase what happened. They moved something in your home recently. A small item, seemingly meaningless. But it was placed as a symbol, to watch you fall again. Archangel Michael says, the spiritual warfare around your life is intensifying. Not in fire or thunder, but in silent manipulation. The danger hides in what looks familiar. A text was deleted before you could read it. The message was divine, disguised in a mortal phone. They knew you were close to the truth. An hour from now, the spiritual realm will shift. The chains on your destiny are beginning to rattle. Your name is being spoken by someone you haven't seen in years. They walked away, but they kept your essence sealed in guilt. You thought they forgot. But heaven knows, their regret is a rope pulling you back. There is a door creaking open in a forgotten hallway of your life. It leads to a conversation you never got to have. And this time, you're not walking in alone. The air will feel colder in the next few moments. That is not weather. That is presence. Your guardian weeps because they remember your cries from that night. Not the night you lost them, but the night you lost yourself. And the world never gave you space to break. Your strength became your curse. You smiled when you should have screamed. You forgave when you should have been protected. A divine clock is now ticking. 1 hour from now, the veil will lift. But only if you dare to see what's behind the smile of someone you trust. They made a deal without your knowledge. Signed your peace away in exchange for silence. And now it's unraveling, fast, loud, and permanent. There is money with your name on it. Not stolen, not lost, withheld. By someone who feared what you'd become if you had it. You were never meant to struggle this long. But heaven allowed it, for you to become untouchable. Now, the moment of repayment is rising. You'll hear a sound soon, an echo, a voice, a buzz. It'll feel random, but it's coded. That's your sign. Look again at what's around you. The way someone hesitates to meet your eyes. The nervous shift in their words. That is guilt trying to stay composed. They know you're about to find out. They feel the walls closing in. Archangel Michael says, you were sent into their lives as light. But they drew your energy like a thief in velvet. And now, their hands are shaking. They burned your name in circles that never deserved it. Now, their own names are beginning to crumble. Because divine justice never forgets its targets. You've been tired without reason lately. Waking up with heaviness in your bones. That is spiritual residue, not fatigue. Something ancient is attached to your bloodline. A secret made in fear, generations ago. And you're the first bold enough to break it. Don't ignore the moment your eyes tear up suddenly. That is memory, triggered by prophecy. Your soul knows what's about to happen. Heaven is aligning the voice of someone you forgot. They've found your name again, buried in a drawer. And they are weeping now, because it's time. There will be a phone call. There will be hesitation. But truth cannot be delayed any longer. The divine courtroom has reached a verdict. You are not guilty of the shame they tried to hand you. You were the light bearer in a room full of closed doors. The next hour is sacred. You are being watched, but not by enemies. By angels, warriors, and witnesses of your resilience. The broken mirror you passed last week, it wasn't just glass. It was reflection refusing to show what you were becoming. You have powers they didn't tell you about. They feared what you'd create with freedom. So they dressed up your blessings as burdens. But now, the curse is reversing. You will feel the shift in your breath first. Then in your name, called gently by someone divine. The wind will change in the room you're in. Then your ears will ring. That is the confirmation. Something they buried is being dug up. Documents. Words. And a confession someone tried to take to their grave. You are the prophecy. The one they whispered about, but never expected to rise. You are the flame walking calmly through smoke. Don't open the door right away when they knock. Let your spirit discern. Not every smile comes in peace. There is a jealous presence nearby. Not loud, but persistent. It watches your steps like a vulture. But heaven is assigning you protection stronger than any secret plan. You are no longer alone. The fight is ending. In this next hour, a message will arrive. It will seem small, harmless. But it holds the power to rewrite your next 5 years. You may feel the urge to cry for no reason. Let it out. That's your spirit preparing for freedom. The ones who left you are about to witness your return. Not desperate, but divine. Archangel Michael says, "Be still when it comes." Don't question the form, accept the force. The miracle will not look like glitter. It will look like justice. And the person who broke you will be the one who opens the next door. Not to hurt you, but to confess what they've carried alone for years. A birthright is returning to you. It is older than your pain. And greater than the lies they told. The clock is not running out. It is waking up. So are you. The secret? The good news you're about to receive. It's not random. It's your divine receipt. What was stolen will be returned. What was silenced will be sung. And what was dead in you, is breathing again. Now listen carefully. You are not cursed. You are chosen. And the world is about to recognize it. Archangel Michael says, the number you keep seeing isn't repeating by mistake. It's the sound of divine footsteps drawing closer. Something buried beneath your pain is about to be revealed. You were never supposed to walk this broken path alone. They left you in the ruins, hoping you'd vanish with the dust. But heaven marked you for recovery, not ruin. Somewhere in the silence, your name was whispered. Not by those who hurt you, but by those who watched it happen. And now they are rising. There is a door creaking open in a forgotten hallway of your life. Not because you knocked, but because truth has grown tired of waiting. The next 60 minutes hold more than a message. They carry a verdict. And it is one that will split open every lie you've been forced to believe. Someone you loved has been hiding something dark. Not just a secret, but a decision. They traded your peace for their convenience. There is a storm around your spirit. Not caused by you, but drawn to you. Because light attracts the unhealed. A picture frame fell recently without cause. That wasn't wind. It was the weight of a memory refusing to stay buried. Heaven has had enough. Your pain was noted, documented, and stored. Now it's returning with interest. Archangel Michael says, this moment was written long before you could understand its meaning. You were betrayed by someone who still pretends to protect you. But their mask is slipping, fast, and publicly. You've been visited in your sleep. That wasn't a dream. It was a warning. Someone close is making arrangements behind your back. Not in business, but in energy. They are aligning with what was sent to destroy you. You will hear something strange in the next hour. A phrase, a laugh, a sound from the past. It's a ripple from the divine pulling your timeline forward. You've been delayed, not denied. But your delay wasn't caused by time. It was caused by hands that shouldn't have touched your destiny. The air around you has been heavy for days. That's not fatigue. That's resistance being burned away. A hidden file with your name on it is opening in the spiritual realm. Inside it are tears, promises, and debts. Heaven has begun collecting. They watched you break and walk away silently. You didn't scream. But the heavens heard everything. An old item in your home suddenly feels different. It holds an imprint of sorrow that's about to release. Let it go. Its purpose has ended. There's someone who remembers what they did to you. They feel your rise and it burns their soul. Because justice isn't just coming, it's here. The next hour will move slowly at first. But behind it, things are shifting violently. You'll feel the tremble before the revelation. You will be contacted. It will seem innocent. It is not. There's a paper trail behind a financial delay in your life. It was tampered with. By someone whose smile you trusted. You were owed more than money. You were owed truth, respect, and peace. And now, they must return all three. A name will pop into your head unexpectedly. You'll feel anger or chills. That's not random, that's recall. You're remembering who truly played a role in your fall. Someone who disappeared at the perfect moment. But left fingerprints in the wreckage. Archangel Michael says, this war wasn't about property, love, or reputation. It was about silencing the light in you. But light like yours doesn't fade, it breaks systems. A spiritual subpoena has been issued. The ones who lied must speak. And heaven will not mute their confessions. There's a child involved. Not by birth, but by energy. They saw more than you realized. An elder in your bloodline carried this same pain. They were silenced and ignored. But their unfinished prayers are now answering through you. A voice is returning. One you thought was gone for good. It carries an apology wrapped in trembling truth. You will feel your hands shake soon. Not from fear, but from alignment. Something massive is clicking into place. It has your name, your date, your history. It was withheld, but no longer. Someone you helped has turned into your echo. They repeat your words, but not your truth. You will see their downfall soon. Not for revenge, but for clarity. There is a mirror in your path, one you've avoided. It doesn't reflect your face. It reflects your survival. They left spiritual fingerprints on your blessings. But heaven has wiped them clean. What is coming now is untouchable. You may feel dizzy or disoriented soon. Let it pass. That's your system releasing what's no longer yours. A letter, literal or spiritual, is arriving. It carries a decision that affects your future. Read it with discernment, not emotion. Someone is trying to re-enter your life. They come wearing apology but carry disturbance. Don't be fooled by their timing. The real blessing will not knock. It will arrive as stillness, clarity, and undeniable peace. You'll feel it in your chest first. A number, 1111, marks this shift. Because what's coming was always meant for now. You weren't late, you were protected. There's a recording of your past in the spirit realm. It plays every time someone lies about you. And now it will be played in front of the right witness. An inheritance of favor is yours. Not by blood, but by assignment. You were chosen because you endured silently. Someone will stutter when they speak to you soon. Watch their eyes. They're hiding the very truth you've been searching for. In the next hour, a message will arrive. It won't make sense immediately. But it will change everything. This isn't coincidence. This is divine synchronization. You've entered the hour of revelation. You may hear something fall. A picture, a book, an item. That is confirmation, your space is being cleared. Do not revisit old wounds in the name of nostalgia. Let them rot where they were planted. You are moving too quickly for decay to follow. This blessing is not just spiritual. It's physical, emotional, and financial. Because your restoration requires all levels. You'll feel a wave of heat pass over your shoulders. That's not weather. That's an angel arriving. What's been hidden behind closed doors is bursting through. No force on earth can block what heaven has signed. This next hour is divine law in motion. You won't recognize your life 60 minutes from now. Because heaven is turning the mirror around. They'll see what you see, and they won't look away this time. They called you dramatic. But now your truth is a thunderstorm. And it's reaching their doorstep. Do not lower your voice for comfort. Your truth was built for impact. Let it echo through every room that once silenced you. What's coming is not small. It's not temporary. It's everything you cried for, plus everything they thought you'd never reach. Archangel Michael says, "Be still now." Not in fear, but in readiness. The hourglass just flipped, and you're standing in destiny's doorway. Archangel Michael says, the moment your eyes landed on this, something ancient unlocked. Not just in time, but in the record of your suffering. This message has waited in silence, breathing in shadows, aching to be heard. You are no longer where you were. But a piece of you still weeps there. Left behind, abandoned in someone else's lie. A hidden door is creaking open in a forgotten hallway. The hinges scream like a warning. Because what's behind it can no longer be buried. They told you to let it go. But how can you let go of a wound that still bleeds? Justice doesn't forget the face of the wounded. A scent has been lingering in your room. Not cologne, not perfume, memory. It comes when spirits rise near. Someone has been speaking your name with trembling lips. Not in praise. In fear of what's coming for them now. You have been lied to with smiles. They dripped poison while pretending to offer water. And you drank it to keep the peace. This message is the crack of thunder before the downpour. Your name has reached the ears of divine judgment. The next hour carries the weight of years. Someone is still hiding the truth from you. Not out of protection, but guilt. They know what they did could unmake your love. Your intuition hasn't been wrong. You've just been gaslit into silence. But the hour of reversal has arrived. You may feel a cold sweep through your spine. That's not fear. That's your ancestors walking into the room. They saw what happened in secret. They wept where you could not. Now they rise as witnesses to the divine court. A broken photo frame on your shelf holds more than dust. It holds unspoken apologies and cursed intentions. Leave it shattered. There is someone you used to trust who carries your energy still. They mimic your movements. But not your heart. Soon, you will hear from someone you haven't spoken to in months. Their words will be wrapped in false softness. But their spirit will stutter when faced with your clarity. You were never meant to struggle for this long. But heaven delayed your breakthrough for one reason. To expose every hand that touched your delay. Your spiritual name was whispered by fire last night. It danced in smoke where others burned your name in envy. But fire purifies what it cannot destroy. There is a ledger in the spiritual realm. Your name is there, beside the word, overdue. This hour brings collection. You'll feel an itch in your left palm soon. That's not skin, it's signal. Something tangible is being released. There's a contract over your life, written in pain. But the ink is smudging. Because someone tampered with your pages. Archangel Michael says, the ones who watched you break without offering help will witness your rise in silence. They cannot unsee what is coming. And they will not be able to explain your breakthrough. This isn't just about blessing. It's about exposure. The curtain is dropping, and truth is stepping forward. Your name was handed to someone powerful in spirit. They interceded without your knowing. Their sacrifice triggered this hour's arrival. A sound, like glass cracking, may appear out of nowhere. It is not a trick. It is the spiritual tension splitting apart the lie. Someone will try to apologize. Not because they mean it, but because they feel the fire licking at their decisions. You won't need to respond. Your silence will echo louder than your past screams. And heaven will handle the rest. You are being lifted. Not gently, but violently, because of how long you've been pressed down. There is a place you've avoided. It smells like sorrow and failed promises. Soon, you'll walk past it with your head lifted. They tried to write you out of your own story. But you were never the ink. You were always the fire that scorched the pen. You will see the number 1111 again before the hour ends. When you do, pause. That is not coincidence, it's confirmation. There is a sealed envelope with your name in a drawer somewhere. It contains news that was meant to reach you. And it's finally being opened. You're about to walk into a space that once rejected you. But this time, the ground will honor your presence. It knows now who you are. An object from your childhood recently resurfaced. That was not nostalgia. It's a key, your spirit recognizes its signal. Someone who tried to ruin your reputation will be exposed. Not by gossip, but by their own uncontrollable tongue. You'll hear your name spoken in a conversation you weren't supposed to hear. That's your signal. The spiritual veil is thinning. There is money, inheritance, or favor with your signature already on it. It was delayed by envy. Now it's being released by force. The sound of footsteps at night hasn't been in your mind. It's been your destiny pacing outside your window. And now, it's breaking in. You were never forgotten. You were camouflaged in divine silence. So no one could steal what was sacred to your future. A name will come to mind soon. Your breath will catch. They've been watching your elevation in secret. You will dream of water tonight. But it will be black, still, and waiting. It's the place where the truth was drowned. Now it's surfacing. You'll find an item that doesn't belong to you. Don't throw it away. It's evidence of energy that once tried to cling to your soul. Archangel Michael says, heaven has waited long enough. The hour has struck. The doors are being flung open, loud, divine, irreversible. A person is waking up with a spiritual judgment drawing close. They know they must return what they took. An unexpected message will arrive. The words will seem light, but the meaning behind them will shake your world. Someone tried to bury the truth with flattery. But lies rot quickly in spiritual light. And the stench is now too strong to ignore. There is a gathering in the unseen realm. They are speaking of you with reverence. Because your survival defied the system. Your ancestors left you something. It's not jewelry or land. It's favor that multiplies when you suffer righteously. You may cry out of nowhere. Let it flow. That's not pain, it's the exit of poison planted by betrayal. You'll soon notice time bending. Minutes will feel stretched. That's the veil thinning between now and next. Your enemies expected your downfall to be permanent. They did not account for divine recalibration. What they ruined will rise in double. A scent from your past may return. Like a field, a home, or a lover's shirt. It's not memory, it's forewarning. Walk slowly when this happens. You are not who you were then. And this time, you're being watched by heaven. A call will come and leave you shaking. Not from fear, but because destiny has found your number. This is the hour of correction. Not just for your pain, but for the silence you endured while others prospered from your grief. Your name is a vibration now. It carries a pulse that heaven listens to. And right now, it's beating louder than ever. Someone who betrayed you is falling apart. Not in public, but in spirit. Their mask is dissolving in the heat of consequence. The path ahead is no longer blocked. It's lit in gold. Because your tears watered the ground for your arrival. Watch the animals near you. Birds, dogs, even insects. They sense the shift, they recognize the return of divine justice. You may tremble. You may feel overwhelmed. But that's because the hour is sacred, and it knows your name. This good news isn't generic. It's a verdict. And it rules in your favor. Expect an unlocking. Expect a release. Expect the kind of peace that rattles cages. The old season has crumbled. The ruins are done whispering. Now the trumpets begin. Prepare. Because before the hour ends, heaven will speak your name, and the earth will answer with favor.